Hey guys, and happy Hallows Eve to everybody who is seeing this video on the 30th of their time. If not, they see this the next day. Happy Halloween. I want to tell a story today about how I basically quit using the Ghostbox. And I really didn't officially take it off my phone. I still want to use the EMF meter, but the Ghostbox itself is kind of a good thing, but a bad thing as well. I kind of want to tell you guys a story about my scariest encounter with the Ghostbox. Now, as you guys seen in plenty of videos where I've actually used it for contacting spirits, I have used it for contacting loved ones on the other side. I have contacted many requests using the Ghostbox that it typically was not safe for me to use anymore. So basically, there is this one time, before I tell you the scary encounter, there is this one time where I have literally maybe the day or two after I used the Ghostbox, I fell right into a seizure. And that's not typically a good thing, considering that many times that I've used the Ghostbox, it has always, on the other side, like the other side has threatened to say that I was going to die, that I was going to literally not make it, And I've had experiences to where they say that I should just give it up, and it was kind of like the scariest situation because immediately when I did the vlog with Kenny back in November of last year, I have fell into a seizure 2 days later. It was weird coincidence enough as it is, but I told everybody that I was going to stop doing it. Well, that leads up to the story of how things gotten worse around here. Lately, I was told not to use it. Okay, not a big deal. But it seems like the more I use it, the more I conjure up stuff, and the more I can't help but not being able to stop whatever comes my way. And I do want to, talk to you guys tomorrow about the Ghostbox, compared to what the Ghostbox and the Ouija board is like. Personally, I've never messed with the Ouija board, but there is stories out there that have actually 100% had credibility to it being way worse than a spirit box. So I'm going to tell you guys my first encounter with the spirit box, and I'll tell you what, it is true, you cannot play with anything at night. Even if YouTubers are actually doing this 3 a.m. challenge, you do not want to conjure up anything using this device. So basically, in my entire life, I've used the spirit box, I'd say about 20-25 times. That's maybe around the estimate of the last 2-3 years. We were trying to get in contact with so many people, celebrities, and things we couldn't even capture on camera to release out to the public. But the last time, this was right before Caden asked me to do it, the whole house was unsettling. And by what I mean is, my dad noticed this too. There was, how do I say, when I went to sleep, I would literally go to sleep and not even go into my dreams just yet. I would hear a little girl conversate with somebody in my room, even look at me sleep. Now, that's not the scariest thing, but apparently there has been a lot of things happening in our backyard as well. Or when I go to the gym and there would be I would pull out the EMF meter because I feel like so much pressure on my back. I would literally lift the EMF meter to my back and it would read off the charts. Now, I can't tell you what that could possibly be, but the scariest moment would probably be me having a demon literally attach itself to me and causing my seizures, as well as bringing people that are not used to be on this property to be on this property. My dad has actually heard people stomp through the entire house. My Google Home Play box would actually go off by itself. And not only that, like, you would hear like hints of like screaming and whatnot, growling at the most. And I told Caden last time, because he wanted to use this, I told him, I was like, look, listen, I can't really pull this thing up because it's nighttime. We don't know what's at this certain time. But I've had plenty of people convinced that the spirit box isn't fake. It is 100% absolutely real, but it doesn't conjure up as much as what a Ouija board would do, you know? And I wouldn't even suggest using a Ouija board. That will be discussed tomorrow's video, but like, I have literally, in a good way, have changed so many people's lives, but it has also worn me down. As I said, things were randomly playing. I've caught all the activity on my Google Home box that music was playing, like even when I went to work and my dad would think that I was off and he would walk into the room, nobody's there. I didn't even like remember turning on the Google Home box. I didn't even play it right now. I barely use the thing. And then there was sometimes where I watch my videos and it would not relate to any of the Google Home things. It would sporadically, like, something would honestly say something to the Google Home box. Because one time I had elbow pains. And for some reason, out of the blue, I never spoke about it. But that box just mentioned that there was a medical problem with my elbow, that it was like, I don't know, there's not too much fluid in it or something like that. And it popped up. And I wasn't right there or then just filming it. You know, I can't honestly say it's happened, but it did. And it's been quiet ever since. Now, there are some good things that I want to keep, and there's some bad things that I don't want to keep. For instance, Ryan, you know, it's a common knowledge, but Ryan has been hurt by the spirit box. You know, he honestly, he can't think of them, like, he has, like, I guess he was paranoid about them actually hurting him, and that's what happened. And when you do take accountability and credibility to your work, you can't think that nothing bad will ever happen out of it. It's how you would actually interpret it, and that's how he got hurt in it. And at most times where it would be off the walls crazy, like he would end up like having a scratch on his leg, or I don't know if he's actually told anybody this, or me and Brittany have, but me and Brittany have told that Ryan got possessed twice, and I was able to pull everything out of Ryan. Now, I'm not saying I'm the perfect exerciser for this or anything else, or do I remember doing it the second time, but it's all crazy. And the fact is that when you're not supposed to speak to mediums or anything else like that, but when I talked to a medium, she said that apparently you have help. And I said, what does that mean? She said, in her own words, that I have 3 feathered winged friends hanging around me constantly. And they were giving her all dirty looks. Like, that's something that I've asked down before. Like, I've asked Michael to come down and help me with my problems, and he has. But now I got shoulder pains. What the heck? maybe I'm talking about it and that's what's causing it, but you know, not everything you do as your first experience will have a blowback or major consequence. That's why I quit it. That's why I don't want it. But it doesn't mean that I can't just pick it up and so say like, God, why did my nose itch like bad? That's not it. I promise you that's not it. But like, even if I speak about it, you know, I have, yeah, it's going off. And there's no electricity roots or anything else like that. See what I mean? And there's no electricity roots over here either. And this house is so old, it doesn't have that much electricity or like lights running through it. So it is Hallows Eve, and they're all probably surrounding me right now waiting for me to actually turn on the Ghostbox. But I'm not doing it. Because I'm not going to be that stupid and be like, hey, I'm just going to turn this thing on randomly and talk to you guys. No, I'm all done with that. I've had my fair share. And if anybody asks me to do it, I ain't going to do it. Like, as I said previously, if you use the Ghostbox or the Ouija board, you might as well accept the consequences that follow by it, because you either fix the situation that you've been in or you stop using it. I've fixed the situation and I've stopped using it, but I always keep this around for using EMF meters. Like how I said my shoulder hurts and all of a sudden there's a 17-18 reading. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. And I wouldn't make that stuff up. Like, if you go to other people's videos, like Steve Huff from Huff Paranormal, that guy's videos is 100% authentic, real, as you can see at daylight. Like, that's something I would actually go to right after this video and go check out his channel, because this guy, he takes the consequences, he dishes them out, he does it very well. Me, I have no particular practice or want to be in this content, you know, this more of a particular practice. Like when I wanted to do that abandoned series, like that old camera that I used to have where Brittany has now, I wanted that back because that camera picks up on weird audio. Like, I'll show you guys a clip from what I mean with that weird audio. No? But it sounded like a child's voice coming across after Ryan came through the kitchen. So yeah, and it can pick up weird audio from the Uno night. Ryan's camera picks it up as well. But I don't know if they can actually do it to this camera, because I can't really honestly 100% say that I've never had EVP vlog with this camera. But what Brittany has, it has more of a capture to it. And Brittany, if you're seeing this, I'll see you tomorrow. I need that camera back. Because it has night vision, and I could do basically the abandoned series out of it, because this camera doesn't have night vision. Anyway, guys, that is my story. That is where I'm going to leave it off with. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys actually enjoyed and you want me to go further depth into detail with the Ouija board tomorrow and see more of an experienced side from when I've used the Ghostbox, leave a comment down below and I will certainly do that. As again, I hope you guys have a great Hallows Eve and have a safe night. See you around.